Most essential learning competency. Solves problems involving sets with the use of Venn diagram. Example number 1. In a junior high school, 200 students were randomly selected. 140 like tea, 120 like coffee, and 80 like both tea and coffee. Question letter A. How many students like only tea? Question letter B. How many students like only coffee? And question letter C. How many students like neither tea or coffee? Una, kailangan muna nating ilista lahat ng given based on the problem. After listing the given, we need to illustrate using a Venn diagram. Sa Venn diagram natin, kailangan nating mag-drawing ng rectangle. Dito natin ilalagay yung universal set o yung total number of students that are randomly selected. So we have 200 students all in all. Now, based on the problem, how many groups do we have? Yes, we have 2 groups. Meron tayong grupo ng students na mahilig sa tea at grupo ng students na mahilig naman sa coffee. So, kung mayroong dalawang grupo, dapat mayroon din tayong 2 circles na idodrawing. Ito yung circle na para sa tea at ito naman yung circle na para sa coffee. Sa Venn diagram natin, ano ang ilalagay natin dun sa gitna ng dalawang circles? Yes, dyan natin ilalagay yung total number ng students who like both tea and coffee. So ayan. Mula sa given, 120 students daw ang total ng may gusto ng coffee. So, kung mayroon ng 80 students ang may gusto ng coffee, ilan pa ang kulang para maging 120 students? Yes, 40 students. So, dito natin ilalagay yung 40. Mula ulit sa given, 140 students naman ang total ng may gusto ng tea. So, kung mayroon ng 80 students, ang may gusto rin ng tea, ilan pa ang kulang para maging 140 students? Yes, 60 students. So, dito natin ilalagay yung 60. Ngayon, i-add naman natin ang lahat ng numbers na nasa loob ng circles. So we have 60 plus 80 is equal to 140 plus 40 is equal to 180. Pero, dapat ang makuha nating total ay 200 dahil yun ang total na number of students na nasa given natin. So, ilan pa ang kulang para maging 200? Yes, kulang pa ng 20 para maging 200 students. Sa tingin nyo, saan natin dapat ilagay yung 20 na kulang dito sa Venn diagram? Yes, dito natin ilalagay sa labas ng dalawang circle. Ngayon, pwede na nating masagutan ang mga tanong. For question letter A, how many students like only tea? Or ilang students daw ang tea lang ang gusto? Yes, the answer is 60 students. For question letter B, how many students like only coffee? Or ilang students daw ang coffee lang ang gusto? Yes, the answer is 40 students. And for question letter C, How many students like neither tea or coffee? Or ilang students daw ang walang pinili alinman sa tea or coffee? Yes, the answer is 20 students. Example number 2. A group of 25 high school students were asked whether they use either Facebook or Twitter or both. 15 of these students use Facebook and 12 use Twitter. Question letter A. How many students use Facebook only? Question letter B. How many students use Twitter only? And question letter C. How many students use both social networking sites? Tulad ng ginawa natin sa previous example, kailangan muna natin ilista lahat ng given na sinabi sa problem. Pagkatapos nun, ay kailangan nating i-illustrate ang problem using a Venn diagram. Sa Venn diagram natin, kailangan muna nating mag-drawing ng rectangle dahil dito natin ilalagay ang universal set. Ang universal set natin is U is equal to 25 kasi yan yung total number ng high school students na tinanong. So ito yung circle natin para sa Facebook and ito naman yung circle naman para sa Twitter. Ngayon, kailangan muna nating malaman kung ilan dun sa mga tinanong ang nagsabi na parehas silang ginagamit ang Facebook saka Twitter. So we have 15 plus 12 minus 25, which is equal to 27 minus 25, and that is equal to 2. So merong dalawang estudyante ang parehas na ginagamit ang Facebook saka Twitter. So dito natin sila ilalagay sa gitna. Ayan. Sa given, ang sabi, 15 students who use Facebook. So, meron daw 15 students ang sumagot na gumagamit sila ng Facebook. Dito sa Venn diagram naman, meron na tayong dalawa. Ilan pa yung kulang para maging 15? Yes. So, we have 13. Mula ulit sa given, 12 students who use Twitter. So, meron daw 12 na estudyante ang sumagot na Twitter yung ginagamit nila. Then, mula ulit dito sa Venn diagram, meron ng dalawa. So, ilan pa yung kulang para maging 12? Yes. So, we have 10. Ngayon, i-check naman natin kung tama yung sagot natin. So, kailangan nating i-add si 13 plus 2, which is equal to 15, plus 10, which is equal to 25. So, tama na 25 dahil 25 din yung nasa universal set natin. Ngayon, pwede na nating masagutan yung mga tanong. For question letter A, how many students use Facebook only? So, ilan daw yung gumagamit ng Facebook lang? Yes, the answer is 13 students. For question letter B, how many students use Twitter only or Twitter lang yung ginagamit? Yes, the answer is 10 students. And for question letter C, how many students use both social networking sites? Or ilan yung parehas na ginagamit ang Facebook saka Twitter? Yes, the answer is 2 students. Example number 3. A group of 50 students went for a tour in South Cotabato Province. 24 joined the trip in Lake Cebu for a zipline experience. 18 went to the flower farm in Tupi. 20 went to see Oak Falls in Coronadal City. 12 joined the trip to Lake Cebu and Tupi. 15 went to Tupi and Siok Falls, and 11 made a trip to Lake Cebu and Siok Falls, and 10 visited the 3 tourist spots. Tulad ng ginawa natin sa mga naunang examples, kailangan muna natin ilista lahat ng given. Then, for question letter A, how many of the students went to Lake Cebu only? Question letter B, how many of the students went to Tupi only? Question letter C, how many joined the Siok trip in Coronadal City only? And question letter D, how many did not go to any of the tourist spots? Now, let's illustrate using Venn diagram. So, let's draw a rectangle at ilagay natin yung U which is equal to 50 dahil yan yung number ng students na pumunta sa South Cotabato. Let's use this circle for Lake Cebu and this circle for Tupi and this circle for Coronadal City. From the given, mag-start tayo dun sa number ng students na tatlong tourist spots ang pinuntahan. So we have 10 students who visited the 3 tourist spots. So dito natin siya ilalagay dahil dito nagtagpo yung tatlong circle. So ayan. Diyan natin ilalagay yung 10. Then next, let's proceed to 11 students who went to Lake Cebu and Coronadal City. So we have Lake Cebu and Coronadal City. So dito natin ilalagay sa gitna yung 11. Pero yung 11, babawasan na natin yun ng 10. So 11 minus 10, that is equal to 1. Next, let's proceed to 15 students who went to Tupi and Coronadal City. So, dito natin yun ilalagay. Pero, babawasan na natin yun ng 10. So, 15 minus 10, that is equal to, 5. Now, let's proceed to 12 students who joined the trip to Lake Cebu and Tupi. So, Lake Cebu and Tupi. So, dito natin yun ilalagay. Pero babawasan na natin yun ng 10. So, we have 12 minus 10, that is equal to 2. Now, let's proceed to 20 students who went to Coronadal City. So, dito natin yun ilalagay. Pero, kailangan muna nating i-add si 5 plus 10 plus 1, that is equal to 16. Then, we subtract it from 20. So, the answer is 4. Next, 18 students who went to Tupi. So, dito tayo magpo-focus sa circle na to. So, dito natin siya ilalagay. Pero, kailangan muna natin i-add si 5 plus 10 plus 2, which is equal to 17. Then, we subtract it from 18. So, the answer is 1. Now, let's proceed to 24 students who visited Lake Cebu. So, dito tayo mag-proceed or mag-focus sa circle na to. Dahil dito natin ilalagay yung sagot. So, let's add 1 plus 10 plus 2, that is equal to 13. Then, let's subtract it from 24. So, the answer is 11. Ngayon, i-add natin lahat ng numbers na nasa circles. So, let's have 4 plus 1 equals 5 plus 10, that is 15, plus 5, that is 20, plus 1, that is 21, plus 2, that is 23, plus 11, that is 34. Pero, bakit 34 lang? Dapat 50 ang makuha natin dahil 50 ang total students na pumunta sa South Cotabato. Ilan kaya ang kulang? Yes, kulang tayo ng 16. So, ang 16 ay ilalagay natin sa labas ng mga circles. Now, let's answer question letter A. How many of the students went to Lake Cebu only? Yes, 11 students. So, ito yung 11. Yan. Question letter B. How many of the students went to 2P only? So, dito tayo titingin. So, the answer is 1 student. For question letter C, how many joined the Seoc trip in Coronadal City only? So, dito tayo titingin. So, the answer is yes, 4 students. And for question letter D, how many did not go to any of the following tourist spots? So, ito ang titingnan natin. So, the answer is yes, 16 students. Thank you for watching. If you want to increase your mathematical thinking and understanding, subscribe and hit the bell button para updated ka sa mga bagong videos. And don't forget to like and share. And always remember, the essence of mathematics is not to make simple things complicated, but to make complicated things simple.